Thanks for joining me on this tutorial. Today I'm going to go over live streaming from a Firewire camera. I am using a GL2. It has a Firewire in. I'm using a GL2 for my live stream for my main camera, and I'm coming out of the Firewire port into my computer, and then I'm coming out of the headphone jack on my camera into my computer, into the microphone. So what I'll be using today is the Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder 3.2. It's a free program. You can go underneath into the info, and I'll have a link there for you to get it. So you just download it, and then this will be almost what it is when you open it up. So if you open it up and it doesn't have your camera, and you know that your camera is connected right off the bat, you just have to go to this video and then change this down here. I have two cameras plugged in. I'm going to go over how to add I don't know if it's add a channel or add a camera within your live event. So I'm going to go over all of those steps in this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it's useful. First thing that you want to do is you want to log into your YouTube page. Log into your YouTube page, go into your Creator Studio, get yourself into Video Manager, and then see, am I able to do a live event? If you have this tab, then you are able to, and then we'll be able to progress. So there's probably different steps that you can use, but I found that first off, you need to make sure that you have an internet connection going to your computer. A hardwire is best. You know, a webcam would work fine. But if you're getting hired to do a professional event, as I wanted to use a higher end quality camera, which as you can see, it looks pretty good for an older 4.3 camera, and you can take it into widescreen. And so you can use your old camera that maybe you were going to sell on eBay for $500 like I was, and now look at me using it for all these different things. I didn't even think that I would use it. So with that being said, when you get on site, make sure that the internet connection is going to be strong enough to stream two cameras, because mine definitely would not have been. So I only would have been able to go with the one camera. It was really pushing it, I thought, at that. But would I want to risk it for something that somebody was paying me in an event for? No. If I'm at home and I'm doing this, yeah. Am I, on site somewhere doing it for myself? I'm going to try this, and I'm going to say that, if the broadband went down and I lost my connection, who cares? But if somebody's paying you, you should really think about that first. And then the other tip before getting started here is doing a test first. Once you have your live event on YouTube and you're streaming, let's say something happens with the audio and you notice that there's a hiss or it's not online, something like that, awful happens, well, you're going to have to stop it. Those people are all going to lose their connection and have to go find like your new camera now. So do a test, watch it on your YouTube page, and then earlier, before your event starts, a mini one, and then when your event starts, then start the real one, and then you know that you're golden. And so you can just be like on with your sound and good to go. Once you've downloaded the Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder, I would just go ahead and start that up and make sure that everything is going good. Now you come out of your Firewire port, make sure that your camera is already on and all that kind of stuff. And then if it doesn't recognize it, shut down the program, bring it back up. It should identify it. If it doesn't, like I said, go to this drop-down menu. Make sure that video is checked. Audio is probably not going to be checked, but make sure that that is checked, and it's also coming from the proper device that you want it to. And in my case, I'm just using my GL2. It has amazing sound, but I could easily switch over to my webcam, let's say my webcam was closer to the person's mouth than the other camera, and then you wouldn't have such a big echo. Okay, so just leave that for it is. So just leave that the way that it is and don't start it and minimize it. Then if you want to check and make sure that your other camera will be able to go online for your test, I would just start it. Now it's probably going to have something weird like this error. For whatever reason why, you have to click down on the toolbar in order to prompt it to say like okay here, and so do that, say okay. It's like saying, no, we can't do that. We're going to go blank because you don't have a splitter. Maybe it's something with the bus. I have no idea. So make sure that you go down and you select your other video. So let's say this is camera 2. You want to watch your, person or whatever. You want to watch somebody typing or using their hands for a project or something. Okay, so we can see that is working, and I don't want the audio turned on, and I'm just going to minimize that. Next, you want to go to your YouTube page that we went into, and we're going to now create a live event. Go over to New Live Event. And then it's just going to pop it up just like you would uploading any video. So we can say live tutorial on live events. It seems kind of silly, but whatever. Okay, so here is my tutorial on making a live event using okay, and then I would want to say live event, and oopsies, not that though. So you want to just do all the tags that you normally would, tutorial, how to, whatever you want to do. And then over here, you can send it to your Twitter, which I have linked, and Google Plus account, which I have it linked. And then you can put some little hashtags, live now, if you're into using hashtags. Then you can go into some advanced settings, which this is kind of great to know about. So do you want to have a live chat? I used it. It was fun. If it could have been more interactive without just me being there, I was the only one automatically block spam messages. Yeah, why not? So monetized platforms, I'm not being able to select that, but I am going to use monetization. My account is monetized. So I'm going to say sure with all of this ad format and then product placement. I don't know. I'm just going to say okay with that and just go back here and see. I can now switch it. And when you hover over the question, it says something about, an apps on Android. So my question would be, if you have a monetized video, somebody's watching it on their app, do you not get like the count for that? I'm not sure exactly what that means. But so let's go down to caption certification. Go through this and see which one fits yours. Now this one right here, promotions, this one will, if you have a live event and you have other videos and people just happen to be watching them, it will just come up like after or during it. I don't know what it will do exactly, but it will kind of promote your live event that you have going on. Now, do I want to make this page visible immediately after, or this video on my page visible? I guess I do it, and then I always just could go in after and delete it. But if you didn't want it up there, and then all of a sudden, you click this, maybe it would go up there after, and then you'd have to go back in and delete it. Maybe somebody already saw it. Automatically make private once the video has ended. I don't need to do that, and I am going to allow all comments, and then people can rate this video if they want to. And then this great feature is after the event, like, that's the beauty of it. You don't really need to record it anymore professionally, because then like make a DVD. I mean, you should still have it professionally recorded, but then you don't really need to have a DVD, because you can just enable this feature, and then it just keeps it right on your page up to 4 hours of your event, which I thought mine went over 4 hours and it still was on there. So anyhow, do you want a broadcast delay? So I feel like I've done all of everything that I want to do. Do I want to start my event right now at 2 o'clock? Sure. Does it really matter? It's not going to, and you can put an end time, and it's not going to stop like right at 4 o'clock. It's just kind of letting people know, hey, this is the time that we're slated to have this event. And then of course add mountain time, just in case your viewers that need to watch this are, on the East Coast. Okay, so I'm going to create an event. Okay, so when you get to this point, this is really where you want to do your test at before your event starts. So, don't really worry about inviting everybody right now and trying to figure it out. It's just like, let's get our bit rate down and figure it out. I unfortunately had to go at 360p. Today, I'm going to go with 480. Then now it pops up, select your encoder. I had Media Flash Live Encoder already selected from the last time I used it, so I think you may have to say select an encoder or other encoders. I apologize. I don't know what the default actually is, but just look for Media Live Encoder. It was not hard to find. Now, download and install. If you don't have your encoder, you can go right here, and I believe it'll drive you to the Adobe Live Media Encoder. But like I said, you could just go to the link that I post if you want. Otherwise, go here. Now you're going to export your settings. So download the primary, and then I download the backup. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it to its own folder, because I found that when I was in the event, I was like, oh my gosh, not really panicking, let's say, but I couldn't remember which one was which. So I deleted them all, and then I just hurry up and did it fresh from the start right before my event started. I felt like it was a lot of pressure. So really, just get this into a folder where you know what profile is what, and then when you're ready to go, you're ready. Okay, so here is my secondary profile. This kind of just, number 3, it talks you through the next steps that I'm going to take you through too. Okay, so now what you need to do is import your profiles into your media encoder. So here's number 1. You go up to File. You say Open Profile. You find your file that you want, and I'm going to do the primary. I'm just going to say Open. It says some sort of error. I remember that happening last time, and once again you have to click down out of the window in order to get the OK, and you just kind of let that go. And as you can see, here it is processing at a higher level than it was before, but over here, I don't know. And I have a lot of programs running, so I hope that, okay, here we go, we're online. So if you have some glitches, try to minimize what you're actually working on. I'm going to start encoder number 1. And as we can see, it looks like something's happening. Go back to your page. And now what you're gonna use from here on out is this live control room. So you can see here that something's changed. I'm gonna have a preview here. Now, before you start this event, if you want 2 cameras, don't start it. If you start an event, you have to stop it. You have to cancel it. You have to go through all those steps. If people were logged onto your page, they're going to have to like get, driven somehow back to this page. It's not going to automatically happen. So make sure that you have everything working first and you have your 2 cameras. So you go back to your ingestion settings, you add a camera, and then you go through all the other steps again. Now, camera 2, let's, just leave it as that. That's fine. Camera 1, camera 2, you could call it keyboard, you could call it face, you could call it audience, you could call it podium, it's like, so just make sure that you make it easy for your audience to be able to tell which camera to go to, even though if they're watching the event, they're out of curiosity, is just going to do that. And then so you would select a bit rate again. I'm going to try 480 and just try to go for it. Now we're going to have another different profile. So make sure that your profiles don't get mixed up. To do that, when you say download, you'll just click next to save and say save as instead of save, and then it'll drop it into live event. And I'm going to say new folder, O2, open it up and save that one. Go to my backup profile. I don't know why I saved both. I'm not really sure what to tell you about that. So that's why I like to get everything set up ahead of time. So I can just come in here and say open profile, find my location. Easy enough to do that. It's going to give me error, of course, that I can't explain. Okay, and it actually, my DV device is being used. It's being used by me. So let's make sure that there was not capturing your audio and see if it will happen. See if that will happen. It might not. Oh, okay. So go to the Logitech. Don't select the audio. Okay, here we go. I'm using Camtasia, a screen capture program. I adore it. Maybe one day I will make a tutorial on Camtasia, making a tutorial. It just seems kind of silly. But anyhow, so I'm using that for my audio right now. And I can tell through my connection that things are getting weird. So let's just start this and show you. It's working. Minimize it. Close this. Go to YouTube. Go to my live control room. Okay, so here's where information is going to come, just like this. Saying that they can't get it at a fast enough rate and that my viewers may experience buffering. Ensure that my connection is fast enough, or consider using a lower bit rate. So that's really what I'm going to go in and do. So go back to the ingestion settings, and it's good, I didn't go live. I can still change this stuff. So let's delete it. So go into camera 2 and delete that camera and say, okay, add a camera. We're going to call it webcam. I am going to take the lowest bit rate that I can do. I'm going to download my profiles. Okay, so I saved my profiles. Now I am going to go back into my program. So now I'm back into my program. What I want to make sure is that this bit rate is like, why is it up so high? I have no idea. Open my profile. Say okay. Uncheck the audio. Make sure the video is at the right stream. Okay, so it looked like that is set. I'm going to say start. Looks good. Go back to my YouTube page. Go to my live control room. See if this will fix it. So if I wasn't using my webcam for my audio capture, I would be able to do this. I know that's the issue. So anyhow, I'm just going to go back to my ingestion settings. I am going to go to my camera too, and I'm just going to delete it. So you saw how to do it. Retarded. And then if you get lost, you just go back into your video manager and go back into your live events. And it will just drive you right back to the live control room. I am going to go into this. I'm just going to stop this. Yes. And so now you can see, here I am. It says that the health is good. I'm going to preview. And I'm going to say that's okay. And so when you see blue, you're excited. Yes. Going live. You can view on watch page, or you can just below it. And you can see what would be happening starting soon. So people are waiting for your event. Okay, so once I've previewed, I can preview down here. If you wanted to preview it and make sure everything was okay. Let's just start streaming. And we are going live. Like that commercial. I love that commercial. Anyhow, so here we are. The live streaming. Now you can just go down to my public view. Okay, and then if somebody had comments, they could be down here, and then they could be chatting, you know, with their fans, or if you had a live tutorial and you wanted to do it, which I've thought about. So if I wanted to do that, I could just take people's Q&A on different programs and see what happens. Okay, and you can see you have your live now highlighted. So once you're done with that, you can just go on back, and then you can watch, you know, how many people are watching your videos, and, you know, you can see how many people are online. You can insert slates and have all kinds of fun things happen. And so hopefully this was helpful. Okay, so back online, here we go. Thanks so much for watching this tutorial, and I hope that you can start streaming with your Firewire camera and put it to good use like I did. So thanks so much for watching.